Suffice to say, 2020 was a tough year. The world experienced a pandemic that devastated communities, tore apart families, and forced us into isolation. Separated physically and emotionally, we were left vulnerable to tragic affronts against human dignity, such as the murders of Samuel Paty, a teacher in France struck down by an extremist, and George Floyd, an African-American victim of police brutality. An international coalition of people took to the streets, highlighting social issues we can no longer ignore.
More than anything, COVID-19 has came to define 2020. The virus ravaged the world, infecting over 85 million and provoking the deaths of nearly 2 million people. Schools, arsenals of democracy and learning, went online. Businesses, many of them small, local ventures, shut down, with the U.S. unemployment rate rising up to 15% in April. Racial inequality came to surface, with African Americans and other minorities suffering disproportionately from this disease.
For many, 2020 was marked by isolation. Individuals thrive when they come together. However, forced into isolation, creativity and cooperation gave way to bitterness and divisiveness. Robbed of face-to-face interaction, individuals resorted to using social media, entrenching biases instead of promoting pluralism. But only by exposing oneself to new opinions may one truly learn tolerance. Only by seeing the condition of others can one truly empathize. And the ultimate foundation of social harmony is trust and respect for each other, epitomized by the agreement of a handshake, not a click on the screen.
So how can we transform this isolated reality of division and exclusion into a more tolerant community based on values of pluralism? Start by recognizing the individuality and dignity of each human being. Treating each other with empathy and acceptance forges stronger social relationships based on trust, not hostility. People coming together, exposing themselves to diverse and unique ideas leads to a better future for everyone. After all, it was only such cooperation that allowed for the rapid development of a COVID-19 vaccine. Most importantly, we must come to regard the individual as an end in and of itself, not a means to an end. The universal dream of human rights for all shall remain forever chimerical unless we regard individuals as having their own plans, passions, and ambitions. Coercion and intolerance stifles creativity and promotes antagonism. Only by accepting, indeed embracing, each person's uniqueness may we build a society on foundations of trust and harmony, not divisiveness and hostility.
Across 2020, isolation became the norm. Each of us lacked social interactions as our daily habits changed drastically. Minority communities were left more vulnerable than ever to a disease which only exacerbated existing social problems. Racial inequalities took center stage as the world demanded equal rights. 2021 will be defined by our ability to rebuild social bonds that connected us all in the pre-pandemic world. As human-to-human interactions become more and more possible thanks to the development of a new vaccine, it is essential for each of us to focus on what unites us rather than divides us, all while ushering in a new era of acceptance and open-mindedness.